Attention to all participants. We will be starting our workshop in a few more minutes. Please note that there are a few important reminders to everyone before we begin. Firstly, we kindly request everyone to remain until the end of the workshop, as the attendance form will be given at the end. Secondly, everyone is required to ensure the microphone button is on a silent mode throughout the workshop to avoid any interruption. Thirdly, I would like to request all students to unmute their microphone and open camera during the ESET ceremony for our speaker to give a big applause to our speaker. Lastly, we would like to ask all of you to open the camera during our photography session. Thank you. Attention to all participants. We will be starting our workshop in a few more minutes. Please note that there are a few important reminders to everyone before we begin. Firstly, we kindly request everyone to remain until the end of the workshop as the attendance form will be given at the end. Secondly, everyone is required to ensure the microphone button is on a silent mode throughout the workshop to avoid any interruptions. Thirdly, I would like to request all students to unmute their microphone and open camera during the East ceremony for our speaker to give a big applause to our speaker. Lastly, we would like to ask all of you to open the camera during our photography session. Thank you. Please be ready for the singing of the national anthem, Negaraku, and UPM anthem, Putra Gemilang.
membina wawasan gemilang Universiti Putra Malaysia membentuk siswa cemerlang semarak namamu di sinar zaman semerbak namamu di suara sanjungan penyumbang bakti ke anak bangsa pewaris sejati negara tercinta damai insan perbaik kota tersemat citramu semoga kenangan di darjat bangsa di daulat negara tersurat jasamu rencana kemajuan
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your cooperation. A very good morning to Honorable Mr. Muhammad Rizal bin Hussein, Fellow of Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, respected Mr. Ken Lau, Microsoft Excel Trainer, Visalini Murali, Director of Google Excel Workshop, Sofia Arisha, President of Sekretariat Intelek dan Inovasi, Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, Session 2021-2022. Havinash Rao Krishnan, President of Unit Mahasiswa India, Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, Session 2021-2022. Fellow Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, University Putra Malaysia, Kolej Student Representative Council of Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, Session 2021-2022. Committee member of Google Excel Workshop and all the participants. Welcome to Google Excel Workshop organized by Unit Mahasiswa India, Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, with its associated partner Sekretariat Intelek dan Inovasi, Kolej Tun Dr Ismail. I'm Muhammad Alif bin Muhammad Ra'im as the MC for today's workshop. The purpose of this program is to learn and grasp the knowledge regarding the usage of Excel. Ladies and gentlemen, today, we have a trainer with so many years of experience in conducting Google Excel workshops. None other than Mr. Ken Lau. Before we give the floor to the speaker, let me briefly introduce him. Mr. Ken Lau is a Microsoft Excel trainer, MIYC trainer, founder of Amazing Excel and more. He has continued his study at Nilai University College for 3 years in the field of computing. In addition, a degree in social entrepreneurship at Money Mastery Bootcamp 0614 for 1 year. Mr. Ken Lau is fluent in Chinese Simplified, Chinese Traditional, and also English. In addition, he has certification in supply chain basics for everyone, Excel, pivot tables for beginners, blue ocean shift outside, competing blinky summary, coaching skill for leaders and managers, and time management working from home. If you have any question to ask, you can get ready in the chat box and I will bring it to the Q&A session after this. Now, let us start the workshop about becoming an expert at Google Excel. Mr. Ken Lau, the floor is yours.
Yes. Yeah, a very good morning to you all. And thank you for the UPM to invite me to give us to give a talk. Yeah, I've been talking this for the past 13 years. And none of this like this over who would think that it would speak to 100 over people in one class. I started with training one person in 2008, just one person, and that time I have no certificate. Then I was in a computer center doing some consultations. And then as I teach, then after that, there's an opportunity to train 20 over managers. At the time, I have no such experience. So it is something that you need to learn from, because everyone start from no experience, but do what you can at that point of time. So I go and research how to do Excel training when I have no knowledge about how to train. What is Excel? I have zero knowledge. So like I say, the rest are history. So why I'm telling you this story is that you have no experience or little experience when you graduate, and same to me, and do the best that you can, regardless of what salary you have, or you do it for free, you do it. And from there, you will gain your experience and your knowledge will increase. As you serve others, then others will serve you. It's always the same. So give the best that you have to whichever company, and don't complain. Just do what you can, improve your skill over times. So what I'm sharing to you today is a starting, is a seed. You may think that the 1.5 hours is very little, but the thing is that I do have this amazing Excel online school that you can learn further, and it's free for you. And the only thing is that, are you willing to spend the time to improve it? The tools is for you. It's free for you. So hope that you learn something from this speech. Yeah. So no experience, no problem. Has start learning and teach others. And that's how I start. So now I share with you what I have already prepared right from the start that I learned. Yeah. So I go to the sharing of my screen, and it will be here. But we'll start with, I have already recorded into YouTube, and I'm not sure you can hear the voice. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So I start with something called split data into columns. Okay, so I play the video. It's as if I talking. You can always let me know that you want to ask a question. I think you can't, the 100 more people, but write down your questions, and like where did I stop? You see there's a time here. So you can always say, there's a tree. So write down that, what is it you want to know? Yeah. So I start. See whether you can hear the voice. Yeah. Can you hear the voice? Muhammad, or they just type in the chat. Can you hear the voice? Okay, I just say the music sound. No. Okay, so one moment. Let me stop first. So you're going to share. It's share with this, the sound. Okay, that will be there. Okay, let's start again. Yeah. So this is a typical job that Excel user also do. Whenever you have like this one, the name is last name and first name, and you want to split it into two. So there are two ways to do. One is Google Sheets, and the other is Excel. So you judge whether which one is more convenient for you. Yeah. Let's go to the. How about now? Can you hear it? And we insert the new worksheet. Just clicking on here, and here we just type it, resilient, and then good, you can hear canned Lao, and there we have canned Lao, CY. So this is, you can call it first name, last name. Okay, that is the column name, and then you can double click here to adjust the width. Now, how do you do that? You basically highlight the whole column B, and then you go to data, and this is split text to column. And there you are, resilient in one column, can now in another column. And that is detect automatic. If you have other things, you can use other. That's how cool is that, right? Now, uh, we undo it by clicking on this. Okay, so you can put a chat, right? How many of you learned this for the first time? You know that, oh, actually you can speak like that, right? You just put that one in your chat box. So some of you, yeah, of course I won't see all of you here. You can do a chat, right? Just put a one. You see that, oh, this is how I split the things. Yeah, so fast, you know. Yeah, anyone? Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So how many already know about this, right? Type 9 in your chat box. 9. Okay, thank you. Let's continue. So it's something like benefit to the rest. So you see that there are 100 over people here, and you go and teach to others. You can record this, and then you share it on your YouTube, and you can be a YouTuber. You boleh cakap dalam bahasa Malaysia, dalam apa Tamil ke pun boleh, ya. Tak kisah, ada bahasa Mandarin pun boleh. So, you tukar ini kepada bahasa kamu, and then kamu menjadi YouTuber. One of the things that they can benefit from learning something knowledge, yeah. Tak kisah ke apa knowledge yang kamu ada tahu, boleh kongsikan dalam YouTube. Or Ctrl Z. Now, if you don't use that method, you might well just copy this and put it here, copy this and put it here. Okay, compared to the earlier method, split to column, it can be very, very handy. Now, what if I give you a list of data that is like this, and I want you to extract it so that you only have this row. Let me just change the color, the field color. I change it to say light yellow, and the same goes to here. So if you want to repeat the same step, you can press the function key F4, just like Excel here. So I want you to just extract these three parts into here. How would you extract? Copy and paste. Okay, so no problem. So select this item. Now hold the control key, select the next one. So you are selecting the in adjacent rows data. So select this item, hold out control key, select this and select this and control C. Once you've done this, you go to the, it can be another page or the same page also can, right? Now, just go to here and I paste it here. Now, double click here, perhaps, okay. Now I'm just select this column and now maybe I'll just do a comparison. You can see it easier. Yeah, I just do it. Paste it here. Okay, now I want to split, and I want to split when there's a then this is the first dash right here, but the second dash I want to ignore it. But let's just see if Google can do that. It's just data, split text to column, and detect automatic doesn't work because it has this by default. So we go to custom and we key in the dash. All right, it's done. Okay, it's done. Now, however, because the data is a bit different, we have a dash in the second part also. So now it presents a challenge. So how to resolve it? Well, you can do it manually. Just go back and copy this because it's only a few. Right? Maybe the outliner, you can just look at it and you can still fix it. If the volume is rather manageable. We will say that you can, I think if you're 100 lines, you can still manage it. But what if it's like 1,000 lines, a 10,000, such as a comment from a certain social media or certain apps? Okay, for example, yesterday we have a Zoom, and there are some requirements here. Is that please will type your staff ID, and you have this. So I was thinking that since the organizer person in charge says that you reading down, then I thought maybe I can use this opportunity to uh, explain what is Excel can do. Okay, so now same thing, right? You can do this, and you can do a filter, and we only interested in some data that is called contains, what is it, the dash. So I just want to filter those that is does, okay, contains, it does contains a dash, and then I click OK. Oh, right. So I have this, but I still have the from tape from things. So how do I remove it? I can still go here, choose here, and then choose the second. Maybe I can, maybe. And also does not contain the from. So now I have left with some of this, uh, and finally I have also this one here. Okay, so that is one way. Now I have this list and all this list here. So now I can just do, if I can just copy this, let's see I can, if I work that way also, right? Let's just copy it, paste it here, and yeah, that is just one. Now what I want to do next is that, again, I want to do the something like the text call. So this is just data. Okay, so now what I do is that I highlight them, or maybe I just copy, just delete, just like Google, right? And I just select this item, and I go to the data tab, and there is a text column, and I have it delimited, and I click on next. So I'm not using this, but I'm using the others, which is the dash. Now you can see that right here. And okay, still have the issue. You see that Lingam Raja is still have right now. I just click on next, and I can go to the destination where I want to show. Right, if I want to use the same, then I can just C1, or if I can just choose the F1, and I click finish. And there you go. Highlight them, double click, and you kind of like know that uh, you still need to do this. You see, you need to copy this and paste it here. Now that is still manageable if you only have a few of this data. Okay. Now, when you have a new information, say you have another information here, and you just have Kent, Lao Chi Yong, and what do you do? Can we just do it? No, cannot. We just can't copy it. So what you need to do is that you need to copy this again, and perhaps you can delete this. You know, copy this, and you paste it here, and again you do the repeated step. Text column, deleter, next, next. Although you are very good at this, um, when I just click here and click finish, well, you have this. Now, what if you have another one here, right? You just put it here, right? And this can allow. You got to repeat this again and again, right? Whenever you have some data that is similar, you add into it, you have that. Okay, thank you very much. So, can you type what is the feature that you learned just now in your chat box? Yes. Hello, anyone? Can you type what is the feature that you learned just now? What is the Google feature or likewise the same, right? Excel. Like, what do they do? I mean, just tell me what is the, you just type. Boleh cakap, boleh type dalam bahasa Malaysia, boleh, Melayu pun boleh. Ya, Tamil saya tak faham. Lelik. Okay. Yeah, anyone? Anyone? Yes, yes. Thank you. We have Agaya. Yeah, terima kasih. Agaya. Yes, that's right, right. It's split text. Yeah, between the dash. It can be any other tools as well. Yeah. So it's not only limited to the what do you call that the dash. It can be other thing. Okay, so maybe I just show you that. Okay. One more, yeah. So as you can see that this 10 dash allow this can be done, and I have a banana dash man. So these are separate by dash. But what if I say that the BT, it's not in the real life, right? It's like you never know what will be the actual things. Can you see the screen? Yeah. So let me check that. If you can see, you type C in your chat box. So I'll follow. I think so, right? See, yeah, okay, great. So you can see that now we are using the hash, the asterisk. So if you use asterisk, you can do the same, right? Go to data tab, text to column, and this asterisk is called the delimiter. And then sometimes you can use a fixed width as well. So, and we don't have the delimiter, which is asterisk. So we uncheck that, click the others, and we use the asterisk. Click next. As you can see that now it's split into 2 columns. Now you can choose whether this is a general text type, this column is a text type, and this column is also a text type. You can change that. And the difference between from the Google method is that they can define the destination. You don't have to put on the same row, on the same cell. You can go to another column and you click next. You see that? I have my original and also the extracted data. So, what do you think? Is it useful, right? 0 to 1. 0, 0 is not useful. 10 is very useful. What do you think? This text to column, 0 to 10. Thank you. We have Fidel's directors. Yeah, thank you. Nashwa. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So in your real world, when you deal with business, especially now you have a lot of data. Now, for example, you can also get the data from COVID-19 MOH. So COVID MOH, and you can go to the very bottom there. There is the open data, and click on this cell here, and they give you a lot of open data. So for example here, you know there is a lot of cases, but then just how many cases are there? So we click on this thing, and they give you a data here. So you can actually go for raw, click on the raw, and you can see that there is a lot of data, and you can save the file. I hope that I can save it. Let's see. So again, I'll go back here. So you can just right click, save the link as a CSV file. So you can see that it's going to be a CSV file. And so I just download it. Okay, I just download it, case. And I'll open the file. And you can see that these are all the comma and things here. So how do you do with this? It's still a comma. You know, you open the file, it's all comma. Same like what the MOH give you, the source, it's like that. But I want to actually can read it into Excel. So how to do that? well, you open a new worksheet, click to open, and then you click open, and you know what? You go to the for me, I just put it under the disk drive, so I want to open. Yeah, it should be this. My version is a bit new. It should be the latest. I say that. Is this the one? No. And I want to choose the text file. So that's the one, case in Malaysia. So I click open it. And now you see that is again, these are very similar tools that you see on the text to column. Yes. Yeah. If you see that these are very similar, you type Y in your chat box. See, there's again, it asks you the delimited things. You type Y, type Y. If not, you type no. Yeah. So good. Now, does this meta has a header? Yes, this date, case, new, all these are headers. So we check on this, and that's a delimited, and we don't have the fixed width. Fixed width is using a tab. So it's like every 6 character will be 1 column. So that is called fixed width, or every 10 characters. But usually in the industry, they use a comma to do that. So then we click on next, and we don't use the others. What is the separator? What is the delimited that shows here in this? Can you tell me the answer? What's the delimited? Delimited. Yes, that's right, Fidos. Yeah, Fidos, you are one of the top student. I from what you say, okay, you always top. Shah result. Oh yes, correct, comma, right, comma. See that? So then you click next, and now this screen lets you choose, or again, it's just the same thing, right? So so you can choose to import this column or not to. You see, I want the date, so just click finish, and that's it. It's now imported into Excel, and you can just highlight all of them, and you double click, so it auto adjusts the column, and there's a date here. So the thing is that, yes, I have this data, but what is the usage for this? What can I use with this? I see a lot of numbers, 0, 10, you know, and if you look at the latest news, is that, but wait, what is this number about? Don't know, right? And so how to do that? Well, you can use the freeze pane. So it's like, you see this whole column here. Without that, I cannot see. So you select the row tool, you go to the view tab, and then you freeze pane, and you choose freeze pane. Now you can see that. Now, if you want to go to the last row, you can use a shortcut, which is Control down key, and all the way you go to the very last row. Now you see that the case that is active now is 60,000. Yesterday, 60,000, and it's not going down. No, as you can see, it's from 7,000, 71,000 becomes 68,000, and 65,000 from the peak of it. So now you have some data that you can explain, you want to concern about. So, and then you also have the P is the partial vaccinated, F is the full vaccinated, MOH explain this thing, and this one is unvaccinated. So you'll be curious that, so is it the number of cases of full vaccinated or the number of cases of partial vaccinated more? Which one do you think? Is it the partial one more or the full vaccinated case more in the COVID? So you type P or the F in your chat box. You guess. Full vaccinated more, yeah? Oh, okay. I mean, for the latest date, this is the on the October, yeah, new bulan October kan. So, but that's not the one. So which one? Full, okay, we just guess us. But the thing is that the data will tell you the story. So again, control down arrow, and you can see that partial vaccinated is 42. The full vaccinated is 3,632. The partial vaccinated is only 42 cases as is reported in the total 60,000. So what does that tell you? I thought that the full vaccinated will not get infected by the COVID. But the data from MOH tells you that it is really a different issue all the day, altogether. Okay, so now with this data set, what can we do with this? Now I want to invite you to learn the next thing, and it's very interesting things. Okay, and again, I have these tools. Yeah, so let's watch this. This is called pivot table. Both Google and Excel also have. Let's watch. Yeah. Category. Now just imagine you go to a bicycle. This is the data for a bicycle shop, right? So now look at that. It seems like it is a lot of items, but really it is categorized, and within each department there is a subcategory. So it's the idea is the same. We just mimic it into model it into a data. Now every time what is it, a customer buys something, then a transaction is recorded into the sales data right here, and as a sales order, there's a script, there is a an invoice or a slip, something like that, right? It tells you what product they bought, and then how much is per unit, and what is the how many quantity they ordered, and so on. Now that is product ID. Now let's just, but what if I want to know that how many items of say 771, how much they bought there? I mean, there are so many people buy, right? So now I can just do what I can do is that I can right click on this column, and I choose sort, and I choose sort smallest. Now you can see that 707, how many quantities that ordered so far, irregardless of the customer. Now the total is 56. If I take a look at 708, then you have this. Now the thing is that I'm also interested in what product that customer order most in terms of quantity. Now how do you find out that? You go to the insert, choose pivot table, and then you click new worksheet, click OK. Now next is that we want to know the order quantity. Overall is 2,223. What does that mean? It means that if you select this column, at the bottom here you see there's 2,223, and that is exactly what it means, 2,223. Now after that, we want to know that by product ID, right? So by this product ID, how many? But because it's a number, it goes to value. Now we just drag this item to the rows area, and there you are. There are so many product IDs. And now next thing is that I can right click here, and I change sort, and I change to sort largest to smallest. And now I know that product ID 715 is ordered most. And I want to know what is this all about. So I can go to the subcategory. I think that would tell me something about my product ID. No. I need another table that is, let's just get it from here. Let's close it. So is It's called the products table. So I will just right click here, choose edit query. So just copy the entire, and I go here and I paste it here. And yeah, now I have a better idea. However, this is not a full data set because it's only about 500, 505 items. Okay, maybe that is just good, right? This carry 505 product items. Now, what is really that 717, 715? So I can go over here and I just rename it to products. And come over here. So I want to know what is that, right? So I just go to 715 and look at here. Control Shift F 715 and enter. Could I find that? No. I want to find something that's match case, match entire cell reference. So I just click next. Alright. Now I know that they're actually buying something called long sleeve logo jersey. Now this many people bought this item. Now we know that. So what's 712? 712 is the AWC logo cap. So it's a cap, right? People buy cap a lot. So you know, right? You have a better planning and so on. All right. So that is pure table. Now let's head over to Google Sheets. Okay, so how many of you watch know pivot table for the first time? Type a 1 in the chat box, or you already using pivot table, type 9. Okay, thank you, Aini, Rahabs. Yeah, thank you, Fidos. Thank you, Zuya. Thank you. Thank you. So pivot table is a prerequisite in today's job market. When the HR, if you put your resume in your resume and you say you are good in Excel, then what is expected from the job market, from the HR, is that you must good at pivot table. And you certainly cannot say you are good at Excel without knowing pivot table. And pivot table are easy to learn. It's just that you need to take 1 hour or 2 hours to learn and apply it. And best is that you record a video on how you use Excel pivot table and put it on your YouTube. And when the HR asks you, do you know pivot table? Yes, you tell them, yes, I know. And this is my YouTube channel. Then I think that the HR was like, okay, you're well prepared. And then the next question they'll ask you that, when are you available for to work? Yeah, they will ask you more questions. From there they'll know that you're prepared. So today a lot of people are looking for a job. The thing is that they waste a lot of time to look for a job because they are not prepared and they don't know what the HR are looking for. And you have to be truthful to yourself. You have to be, and you also know the job market. The job market today is very different. And just because you your friends can get 3,000 salary, you might not get it. You might get 2,000 or maybe 1,005. Whatever it is, get it first, and work for the company for 2 years or 1 year. Learn to give first, and then your boss, if they see your improvement, your contributions, I'm sure they will want to keep you. And from there, you can decide whether you want to move to another company. Yeah. So whatever it is, keep sharing your knowledge. Don't share the company's private confidential data. Okay, that's against the law. Okay. So now let's see how the pivot table in Google works. Now in Google Sheets, you type docs.google.com and then spreadsheet, and you click on the new blank worksheet, and you go to get some data. You always need some data, so maybe I just copy this. And I come back here and paste it here. See if it works that way. Does it work? Oh, right. Yes, it works. It works. Yeah, it's just work, right? So now everything the same. I will just go to tools, sorry, data, pivot table. Now it's include automatic helps you to select F1 to F1 G1, and that is great. And I just click create. So we have some suggestions here and some search order, and I may just go for values. So just like the earliest, I just go to order quantity 2233. If you recall that this is the total quantity ordered, and next is go to rows, and I choose product ID, right? Then yeah, so that is one. Then I have the summary. I have by percentage, all these. You can explore that more, but you get an idea that product ID is how you do that. So that is pure table. You can do more with like columns, like values. You can explore more, and you have a lot of tools that you can use of. One of them is that you learn from this gentleman. Simplicity, how to use pure table, and there are more resources you can find. I hope that this opens your awareness to that there is this tool called pivot table that you can do more with this. And if you combine with such a VLOOKUP, then you can do more things. At the moment, it's the introductions of how to use pivot table. Thanks. Yes, thank you very much. So how will you find this is useful, this pivot table 0 to 10, right? Can you help me to type a number? Thank you. Have been finished. Yeah, have been finished. Thank you. Well, we have Ufa, Nuru, thank you. Alili, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Megasri. Yeah, thank you. Yes, so let's come back to this COVID data that we have downloaded. So now we have a month, there is a day-by-day transactions, but if I want to know how many number of cases are really happening, and what I do is I go to the insert tab, pure table, and just like what you did earlier, you can see that there's one additional code row there. And that's okay. But before that, I want to turn this into Excel table. So to do that, I press Ctrl T to turn it into Excel table and click OK, and you have this orders. Now we go to the table design, summary of pure table, and you can use a new worksheet. Now, after you do, if you see, I'm very fluent in doing this training because it takes time, yeah. Eventually, you'll get there. Now, I'm going to know. I want to know there is how many cases are full vaccine, how many cases are partial vaccine, and how many cases are everything. But these are over the years, over the 2 years, last 2 years and this month. So now I'm interested is that I want to go into the dates and put into rows, and it will tells me the years. And so the years one, I will drag it to columns, and now I have a better idea. But I want to go into filters, and I'll put here right there. So now I have the cases that is put me side by side. And I create a slicer, pure table slicer, and I have the years option right here, and I want to choose just 2021. So when we take a look at the 2021, now we begin to see the story behind. Partial vaccine is 457, and December is 36,000. No, 36,000 up to December is 36,000, and we are just now. If you take a look at the November, it's 11 something. So we take a this B for the 14 divided by 4 weeks. So in the first week itself is 28. Now we are now reaching the about the first week itself. The first week itself, we already break what November did, and the same goes to here, right? This 38, and October also the same, and so we come to the peak of the last just a few months ago. It's a peak, but how do you know it's a peak? Well, you go to the pure table. It's very hard to explain that way. But if you have a pure chart and go to the line chart, then it is very easy to tell you that, wow, now I know something. I know something. And I just remove this thing here and go here, click on the legend. Legend, go to bottom. And you can see that from the line chart itself, the sum of case of partial vaccine are much lower than the one who full vaccine. How many find this is surprise? If you find a surprise, or you can type alamak. Oh yeah. Oh, is it? This is normal, you know, right? Just because we fully vaccine, it doesn't mean the partial vaccine one will go into that. Doesn't mean that the partial vaccine or even the unvaccinated one is lower than the full vaccine. Why is that so? Can you tell me why? Ya, boleh tak? Boleh bagi saya apa kesimpulan ke? Ya, ada kah? Ada? Okay, no, no explanation. So okay, good. So you can see that the rates are really here at if you look at the 2020, the same date, we can adjust the size here. We'll put it here, put it right there. And these are the slices. And I don't want to see this. So what I do, I right click on the slices and choose slicer setting and hide this, click OK, and there you are. And I also go to home column. I put just two column away, and that is it. And I go to 20. Now look at that. In 2020, it tells you a different story. At the time, there is no people have full vaccine, no people have partial vaccine, and the number of cases are extra high. You can see that here. In 2021, start from January, it start going down, and this is where our Prime Minister, I mean, Hisham, I'm not sure it's I mean, there's a lot of doctors, nurses are fighting here. Some of them already left the left the world because of you know, when this happened that time, they did not give up. They still do their duty, even they. So we put a pause for a moment, pause 1 minute just to pray for these people who are fighting for COVID to save our Malaysians' life. Yeah, just 1 minute for them. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So we come to the peak of this. So as you analyze the data here, it tells you that there's a number, and you can always right click on the slide and then you choose add data label. And now you have 48. And also you can right click on the pure table and choose number format, number, use thousand separator, put 0, click OK. And that is how easy to analyze now. Okay, oh yeah, okay, right click again, number format, numbers, use thousand separator, 0, click OK, right click, number format, numbers, thousand separator, 0, click OK. And so it's so the number of case that is unvaccinated, the 344,000 that admitted to hospital at the August, that's the peak by itself. And yeah, even the, so that's one, yeah, and then you have this 19 and the September and all this. So it's going down, and after that, so when you study this pure table, after you analyze it, is you don't just put it and then give it to a manager or your supervisor. You actually to figure out that, oh, what does that mean, or you can ask your supervisor, what is the, can you explain to me, can you help me, how, what does it mean? And your supervisor will help you. Yeah, for some reason they will help you. Okay, and that is how we can use this rough. Remember, it all from this data here, from this data set. So, and this data set is available for free right at the COVID data here. So now if you have a question, please write this down. Yeah. So now I want to show you how the Google Sheets using Slicer do. And that is here. If you use Google Sheet, how does the Slicer works? And just watch. Hi, this is Resilient Kent Lau. In this video, I'll share with you the how to use Slicer in Google Sheets and in Microsoft Excel. So let's begin with Google Sheets. Now, Google Sheets has I follow the explanation that is documented in Google's. And how do you create a filter? Basically, these are the few steps here. So I have a data that I copy from my Excel. Now with this, I can create go to the data tab, click on pure table, and you created a new worksheet. The data range will be the same. Just click create. Next, I'm going to add in the value, I want to total up all the salary. Okay, so I know that it's 700,000 in months I need to pay. And let's go to the rows area and I click on cost center. And now instantly I know that the 700,000 goes to which cost center. So there are 7 cost center. Next, I can also add a filter. I go back to my cost center. Look at, well, I don't want to have everything. I just want to have the first 3. So I select 3 of them, click OK, and that is called filters in Google Sheet. Now next, I go to the data tab again. I click on slicer. Okay, so now I'm gonna choose so there's a slicer here. Now I can click on the cost center and it applied to the pure table, so I can just okay, and I think it's about there. Okay, I can click and hover over here. Now I can go here and choose what I want. Just clear again. I just go for the fourth item and then click OK, and this is it. So that is how you use slicer in Google Sheets. Now, if you go to Microsoft Excel, you can do the same. Over here, this one you create a slide, a pivot table. So over here, click Insert Pivot Table. Okay, so basically you have on the right hand side here, Insert Pivot Table, and you click on New Worksheets. They are separated by names. Oh, in fact, there are several options for you to choose. Let's just click on the New Worksheet. I prefer to do it with my way, so I click on Salary, 700,000, Cost Center, right here. So if I can just click here, yeah, I can click the cost center to the rows area. I can just drag here and there, so it's easier. Now, however, if you want to look for the slicer at this point of time, as recording this point of time, it doesn't have this feature for the online version. But if you go to their offline version, the paid version, you can do the slicer this way. This is slicer. Okay, in Excel, this is how it looks like. So you go over here and you go to the pivot table analyze, click on insert slicer, choose cost center, click OK, and you have this option right with you. So I can select this item, hold on a shift key, click on 103, and you easily got this data, this analyzed data. So depends on your needs. See which one you find is more useful, faster to achieve your data analysis job. And not only that, in the latest Microsoft development, there is this tool called Power BI. Now, Power BI are very similar to pivot table, and of course, there's a much more complicated, advanced tools. Now, I'll just show you that they can do the same in Power BI. You have the list here. We can choose this. I can do for this, or select this item, and much more. So that is another topic to just to let you know that Power BI is a clear leader in business intelligence. It is 10 times better, more customizable than the pivot table. Everything pivot table have, Power BI have. So thanks for watching. Yes, thank you for watching. So I have give you a link that you can register for free for use to watch, to learn everything for free for 90 days. And if you see how I explain, it will be the same things I explained. And there's a week one, there's a week two, there's calculated, and there's a show value as, percentage different from, and there are many things that that pivot table can do that I cannot cover within these 1.5 hours. And you can also download the file to follow along. So it's like this first one, I have an Excel file for you to follow. You can open this and then you put it into Google Sheet also can, Excel also can. And we'll explain this very normal one. And this is not only things, you can actually learn a lot of things, all this for free, because your directors, Puvita, he find me and not find others. In Malaysia, I could be the only one that provide an online course in Malaysia lah, but I'm not sure at the moment now. Okay, I also talk about advanced users and mixed and you have all these things. And how many have you heard of Titanic? Yeah, can you type T in your chat box if you heard of Titanic? Titanic. If you don't heard of Titanic, you type no, you type N in your chat box. Titanic. No, yeah, Dora didn't. Okay, good. Titanic. Okay, Titanic is actually a ship range, where they are so huge that they think that they will not be hit by anything. They are so big at that time. So Titanic, yeah. So well, actually in Titanic, how many people? If you go back and watch the video, then you got just can't tell how many people are dying, but then or alive or survive. But the Titanic survivor will actually explain to you that, yeah. So that is one, and then there's a lot of in advance. In advanced Excel, then you have like how to use index match. These are all the things that that in your real work will be very useful. How many of you that find that this is useful and this is this is a gift from God for you? Yeah, I'm not God. Yeah. So how many find that this is a gift, a good gift for you for this Christmas? Can you just type yes? You can say thank God for that. Syukur kepada Tuhan. You just type Y in your chat box. Just type in the yes, yeah. So just go to the Google sheet there, the Google link here, and then you just fill up your name. My company is a HRD. What is it? We are HRD Corp approved training provider. So we take your data seriously. We don't sell it to others. Before God, I mean, I don't do that kind of things. Yeah, you can free in 90 days. You'll see your Excel skill go to next level, and yeah, so it's your choice. Fill up that before end of today. I mean 6 o'clock. Okay. After that, I don't entertain because I don't want to register you guys to another time. Okay, so take the opportunity. Again, I won't do any selling things because I'm quite busy with my corporate training. Okay, so next thing is that where is that? Oh, okay. So yes, 36. Yeah. So yes, let's just watch one thing. Okay, let's come back to my COVID test. Uh, so with the data that MOH provided, there are many data. So can you guess which state has the highest death rates? That state. Which two state? But of course, you cannot guess. So that's why this data set are very useful. That if you take a look at just now, where is the data set that we provided? Was it here? No. Okay, it wasn't here. Huh? So again, I want to go to the COVID testing. Okay, again, this is the website, and you guys, everyone can use that. And you go to this open data, and there is this case that happens in the which state is it? How many cases are there? So this data will give you a lot of information. So I have copied this and I put it into my this statistic data here, and I go to the state. Okay, this is the one. This is the one. Okay, now this is until the 9th of December, and the death news case, as you can see here on the 9th, is that which are the state that are highest? Yeah, can you tell me? Based on this, on the 9th of December, these are the death new case. So I'm sorry that if you have what is it? If you have family members also die in this COVID, I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So I truly can feel that a family did die there. Yeah. So I'm sharing this thing so that you are aware that we are not yet finished fighting COVID. It is still a long way. Okay. So the war is still continue. As you can see, 9 of this. So yeah, can you just type what is the state that's the highest in your chat box? Type what is the highest state as at 9 of December. Yes, correct. Betul sekali. Selangor yang kedua. Pemenang yang kedua. No, man. On the 9. Yes, Selangor. Terima kasih. Right. Puwita. Wasareni. So, and if you see yesterday, after I go and feed the poor, I mean, on the way to feed the poor in KL, there are many homeless people. I see that the traffic is so bad, so bad. So I was, and so would you surprised that the number of case, yeah, the number of dead case will shoot up in the next two weeks time. I don't know, but let's see, say here, this is 9, yeah. So we go to the latest data, we shall see that the dead case, the dead Malaysia case. Well, we don't want to talk about the dead case. We just talk about the shoot case, the active case. Just like we did earlier, this is the active case. This is a December case. So active and total case of active is right here. And again, right click number format, number, okay, 0, click OK, and it's 600 and something. But if you want to know that particular week, month, what you can do is that you can double click here and they will tell you that, look at that. This is the number of new case. Has it gone down? Right, if you have a list like that, you can highlight them. You go to the insert and go to line chart and go here. It is not really going down. It's not really going down. See that 11, 9, 11. So you just need to watch, download the same data from the what is Ministry of Health, and you do your own judgment. Would it be go up or going down? What is the chances? We are reaching at this past 11 days, we have the lowest somewhere here. Again, you can right click, choose to add data label, and that's 4,000 something. Yeah, that is a number of case, new case. So bear in mind that, yeah, that's the thing. So it's never go, it's again the 4 numbers. And if you look at, we have something lower case than this is in April, number of case. But even this is the same. Okay, so full vaccine, unvaccinated. So you can see that here, 11,000 and so on. So you can double click on this. So you just learn that the pivot table is very powerful. The more you know about it, of course, the more you can do more analysis. And I talk about the double click in my, of course, use a different data set, but it does tells you that here, and you're not only getting the advanced, what is it, advanced level, you also are getting the intermediate level. Okay, in fact, everyone can start an online course, and you just need to go to teachable.com and learn a few things between 1 minute, 10 minutes time or an hour. You will be able to create your own online course, and it's free for the first 10 people. It's free. You just put your data, your data inside here, and that's it, right? If money is not something you're concerned, then you give away to people. And for me, I actually do pay for this online platform for me to put my data inside, where structure it. So again, this is the this is something that I can't cover. And you see, this is 4 minutes, these are 2 minutes, these are 5 minutes. And you need to learn what is if function, what is the self reference, what is the basics, how to use the end function, tier base, and you get to have the all the VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. How many of you heard of VLOOKUP for the first time? Put a 1 in your chat box. VLOOKUP. Okay, thank you, thank you. Havinash Puvita, yes, Adila. Okay, so now VLOOKUP and pivot table is something that your future employers, HR manager will always ask you, and you will use it for many many years in time to come. So get very good at VLOOKUP, and yeah. And then if you're using the latest Office 365, then you have an XLOOKUP. I also cover that. And you have many, many crazy things to use with VLOOKUP. And you can also search the word by wildcards and the patterns and all these things, text, how to do, what is subtotal, how to use the hyperlink. Now, what's hyperlink? Hyperlink is actually this thing. Say here. So these are my data set, and I have my, or maybe I call here. Okay, so this is a result of using pivot table and VLOOKUP. So I can actually link to this data set, and these are December. The stat case is 58, but then it's actually up to December. So I can go for this one here. I can go to this one. How many find this is a wild case? I see. Can you just type WOW? It's like, wow, WOW. You can create a pivot table with this kind of, with just the data from from 1 and 0, 2 and 0. I mean, this data set, it's the same thing. Yeah. Oh, nobody feel like wow, it's okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. So maybe you can do I mean, you will definitely do something better, greater than me as time to comes. Okay. So they have this thing now. Let's say I'm interested. Let's say you are from Sarawak and you want to know whether your hometown are good in good shape. Right? So we can see that there's a death case and so on here, and yeah. So this is 17, but the death case in the state is until 9. It hasn't updated yet. And what I do is that, well, of course you can go to the where is it? This data here. And you can always upload this one, do this, replace it with the latest, all the way to the last one. You can see that these are the latest state, but there's no state. So you need to have the case of state. This will tell you the state. You can see that there are countries and so on. See that? There's a lot of countries, data set, and all the way until the end is 11. But the thing is that here, I don't have that. So what I do is I just need to right click. It used to be a very complex method. You need to copy this one and then go to text to column, but it's no longer the case anymore. All you need is just right click, refresh, and watch this. Look at that. The information is plotted here. Now, who is the highest now as of yesterday? Still Selangor, but it's 10 case. But if you look at the day before, Selangor is lower. Johor become higher. So you can casually watch this thing here and so on. So just right click and refresh, and you get the idea how it works like. So I'm giving you this file so then you can analyze yourself. And all you need is just that you right click here, refresh, and you go to the pivot table and this one here, you also right click, refresh. Then you can see that the data here will not be 17 anymore. Should it be, right? Oh yeah, Selangor. See, 58. Right click, refresh. How could it be? Let's see. Yeah, all together is 362. It shouldn't be that much. So you need to refresh it here. Oh yeah, that's because it's 9 here. Right click, refresh. So the dev case and the dev in the state must be somehow in related. So you see that now it's 11. So I come back to my pivot here. I right click now. Watch this, yeah, 362. I right click, refresh. Oh, it doesn't change. Let's see. Why is it so? Oh yeah, here, right click, refresh. One more thing. So you refresh a few more, a few worksheet here, refresh. See, from 35 something, it now increased to 437. And Selangor is 72. Just now it's 52 something. Now it's 72. So it's not just a number. It's actually a loss of a family member. Can be very, very close to you. It can be the father, mother, or sister, brothers. So if you can, go to the less people place. Yeah, otherwise the state will be very it will be in uncontrollable cases again, as you can see here. That is what worrying the Ministry of Health also. Do you see a traffic yesterday increase and the active case is going down, but soon we're going up again. And the unvaccinated case is this. These are the number of cases, but they are recover one. So we can also see if we can have we can highlight this copy here and paste it here. And what we do is that we don't have the number of case. Want to see whether there is a recover case, right? So I click on this here. So just as how many people are recovered. So again, go to the period table, analyze it again, goes to the line chart, and click OK. And so again, I have the year 2000s, and what is that? This year 2000, but these are for recover case. Okay, recover case. So you can equal click on this one here to get a better picture. So 2021 recover case. That means that people are admitted to hospital and then finally get restore completely, get healthy again is this amount. Right click, add data label, and again you right click, number format. So type 0, same goes to here. Now you can see that 162 case recover, 598, 48. So yeah. Well, it tells you a lot of story here, yeah. Okay, so how many of you learned something about pivot table today? Can you just type me? Yeah, yeah. Or you can say that yeah, me. Yeah, thank you. Or you benefit from here. And okay, so I think I talked for 1 hour already. I can continue to talk, but the thing is that I rather that you ask your questions, right? So you can always improve yourself. Google, YouTube, or even this course here is for you for free for 90 days. I'm sure you have a lot of time to look about it. What is text function and so on. Yeah, the text function upper lower Google Sheet also can have. Yeah, and the industry standard is to master Excel more than Google Sheets in Malaysia itself. If you go for MMC or even Ministry of Health, I think they will say, be good in Excel. Yeah, and yes, the MC, I think I can. I thank you for the time that you all hungry and 28 of you here to spend the time with me this morning. Thank you so much. And all that I share with you, I want to thank my God. It is the I'm not as I am talented, and it's all given by God that I am into this industry, in this training industry, and I want to give thanks to Jesus. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kenlau, on the knowledge sharing just a moment ago. We get to acknowledge Microsoft skill through this sharing session. I hope the audience to enjoy the session. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the Q&A session. I will take the question from the chat box, or if you have any question, you can unmute your mic to ask the question to our speaker. All right, first question. What is the benefit of using formula in Excel sheet?
What is the benefit of using formula or formula? Yeah. Oh, that is wonderful. That's a wonderful question. Okay, let me just explain to you. Share screen. Yeah. Okay. So I have some UPM and I have Excel. You know, I have Google. And if you want to turn this UPM into capital letter UPM, and this one into Excel, and this one into Google Sheets, Google, right? So how would you turn this? Of course, you can type it out, right? You can type it. But if I give you 1,000 rows of data and I'll ask you to change it into capital letter, and it was like, how much time would you think would you need if I want you to change that 1,000 rows? Yeah, type a number. How much time you need? Berapa lama? Tukarnya kepada capital letter. Berapa lama? 1 hari, 1 jam, 2 jam, sepanjang hidup. Few minutes, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Havinash. Yes. Few minutes only. How about the rest? How much time? I give you a list of it. How much time? How about the rest? So this is where you want to use Excel function. See that equal, and you type uppercase function. If you know that, if you don't know that, of course, cannot do anything. Yeah, like this. It's done. Okay, so this is one. So just yesterday, I do a coaching sessions with company directors, one-to-one. We do charge. That then what happened is that just one moment, let me see. Okay, and what we do is this: we analyze it. Okay, so the question is this: you have data that PLKS is a kind of approval from the government. Okay, so what is that? Is that the foreigner, that if you want to work in the foreign Malaysia, I mean the company hired a foreigner, then on the first year, if they work here in Malaysia for first year, then they need to go for this PLKS examination. It's called FOMEMA medical. So if you work 1 year, then you have to FOMEMA. Then you work 2 years, you also need a FOMEMA. Then you do 1 year, of course you need. 4 years also you need. 4 years also you need. 1 year, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4, all you need, right? If it's a 10 years, of course you also need. But the thing is that you need to put the word FOMEMA beside it. So how would you put? If without the functions, then you will need to look at it, use the eyes to look at it. Now this company has a few of the foreigners. So we can just type in 1, 2, highlight them, okay, and then double click. And we have 24 staff in this company. But if some company will hire more, 1,000, how do you do that? And the other thing is that the data will changing, because according to the master data, then what happened is that you will need to what I call that you need to change the date that they hired is also keep changing as against today's date. By the way, the today's date function is also available in Excel. It's called today. You can use it in Google Sheet as well. And this is the today's date. Okay. So I hope this explained to you in why a person must be very good in using Excel function. It takes time, yeah, don't rush. It took me 10 over years to become today. And definitely learning Excel would be very advantageous to you. It helps you to save a lot of time from few minutes to 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds. You can do it done. Maybe you just right click on this, right click refresh only. That will be just 2 seconds. So I hope this is explained to the student. Pass it to you, MC.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ken Lau, for the explanation. So we move to the next question, which is, how can we keep the data in the worksheet safe?
Oh, data keep it safer. Very good questions. And you need to use that's why you need to learn more. Okay. And I think there is they're here. Protect your data on week 3. You study this, and it will explain to you. Does that answer your question? So I'll pass it to you, MC. So I'm not clicking on the solution. You just go to this side, and then later on you register. I mean, you will watch this at week 3. Yeah. Hello, MC. Okay, thank you, Mega 3. Yeah. Hello, MC. Are you here?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right. So I think we moving on the third question. The next question is, what will you do if you want to change either the column letter or the row number, but not both?
Column letter.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, good questions, yeah. So column letter, like any example, what it's like column letter. Is it column letter? You mean column? And then row? Like what? Is it the price and this quantity and this amount, and you want something like, let's say it's 3 ringgit and I buy 10, then of course you have this times the quantity. And this is what you mean, then the what column letter and the row, what do you mean change it? Can you repeat the question again, MC?
Sure, sure. What we will do if you want to change either the column letter or the row number, but not both.
Column letter or row number?
Yes.
Column number or row number? Oh, I can't help unless you give me an example, or you tell me like this is the code, there's a code number, there's a row, and you need to guide me. I don't know what you mean. This can be these are the column, the name of a column, and then 4 is the row 4, and this is the column D, and this is row 4. So what do you want me to change? What is it that you say don't want to change the column and the row at the same time? If I guess it correctly, then you are asking a solution from my intermediate level, which is this one here. Self-reference part 1 and self-reference part 2 could be your answer, but I'm not sure whether your question is. That's why the company, corporate company directors will look for me for consultation, yeah, on the money basis. So when you reach certain level, you will become a consultant, yeah. So yeah, you work very consistently, hard work, keep sharing your knowledge. One day, some corporate client directors or even a government agency will come and look for you. Can you consult us? I say, okay, yeah. So then you become a industry expert. It is always like that. Yeah. Start with somewhere. Okay, so I pass it to you, MC.
All right. For the next question, how to calculate the data to construct graph automatically via Excel?
Construct graph, calculate the
Yes.
graph. Okay, so depends on your data set. So like I said, just now the COVID test is a good example. Let's say you have this sum, so you have copied, you have this data here, and you paste it somewhere here. Let's say you type E1, okay? So you only have this thing. So if it's a date by month, you usually will highlight them, go to insert, and you choose a line chart to tell you that. Okay, this is to show a trend. But if you want to go for a column, and that is to identify which month are the highest. They don't look at the trend that much. But and you can always have 2 types of chart. This is at least you can have this. To insert, then you go for the line chart. It really tells you different story. A line chart tells you a trend. Okay, looking at the trend, somehow your mind can foresee. Oh, the ideas is most likely going down, going down. And then if it's that the case will going down, then it's good, it will become 0. But the thing is, it's 67,000, and we are only at the half of the first week of December. We're already reaching 67. And if you times the number of 4, okay, number of 4, we are reaching 270,000 by the December. So this video is recorded I'm not prophesizing. The thing is that with the number of traffic jam as compared to last week or 2 weeks ago, you should see the result will going shooting up. People who do not know that just because you have full vaccine doesn't mean that you will not get infected. And not only that, yeah. So that is a way to calculate your graph, and then you tell us different story. Yes, you can always tell. There are many ways to use your data set to do this. Yeah. And let's say you're only interested in the total of 2 years. No, here. Okay. Or maybe you just want to know the grand total for this tree. It's only 3 lines, yeah. Only 3 lines. So right click and you save it. That's a paste it at this one. And again, I go back here. Oh, yeah. In fact, I want to control hash. Now, control hash or all these lists here, you can, it's a call shortcut and get used to it. Wait, no. Let me show you what I see there. So these are the shortcut lists. And I also have shared to you. Now, control hash is basically replace and get very good at this shortcut list. If you want to claim yourself as an expert, it takes time. Okay, and you only get it. You only reach that state when you use it very very often. And so control hash. Let's just go to my questions here, which is the case here. Yeah. So I highlight this list here. What I want to do is that I remove the sum of. So I control hash and I type in sum of. And over here, I put a space and replace all. And what I do is that I remove all the sum of in one shot. And I highlight this here, paste here, paste it right here. And now I highlight all of this. This time, I want to look at a pie chart. I want to see the differentiation. Okay, so I don't want a case. I don't want this one. This one is the total. And I wanted to know number of case. Quantity or head count. This is actually head count. It's a life. Okay. So go to home, insert pie chart, and you can see that now over the last 11 months, you can see that this gray area is very unvaccinated. Okay, unvaccinated is gray, and this is 1. Okay, of course, this is not the only one. You can use if you want to look at just the December itself, then you can. What you do is come over here, choose the December, and or maybe November. Click OK, and this one only tells you 1. But if you use this one pivot chart, pie chart, and you click on, does it help you that? Oh, that because I got the case active. I just drag it out, and will it be helpful then? No, not really. So go back to design. There is this. Oh, there's a chart here. Design, switch rows and column. Here you are. So we can see the full vaccine cases is very high. Just for the month of the November. So if I go to here, insert slicer, you go to the dates, click OK, and this is the month. So if I go for October, there's a more case on PX rate, and these are lesser. December wise, you see full vaccine is very scary. December, October, so full vaccines case. These are the number of case, not yet. I mean, they're admitted to hospital, but then they don't yet into any situation. Yeah. So I hope this explained answer your question 4. It is get used to the creating a chart. Okay. Thank you. Pass it to you, MC. Thank you for the student asking a question. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ken Lau. I hope all of you clear with the explanation just now. So I think that's all the question that we managed to pick. We apologize for any of your question that we couldn't ask because we have a limited time. I hope all of you understand. So we are finally approaching to the end of this program. On behalf of the organizer, we humbly like to invite Mr. Muhammad Rizal bin Hussein, Fellow Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, to say a few words and to present an e-certificate as a token of appreciation to our speaker, Mr. Ken Lau, for sharing his knowledge with us.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Alif. Can you hear me, Alif?
Yes,
No?
I can hear
Okay,
you.
all right, okay. Thank you, Alif, as the moderator of this program today. And Honorable Mr. Ken Lau, the Google Excel Workshop Trainer, and as well as my fellow members of Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, PM. Ms. Sophia Arisha, the Chairperson of Intellect and Innovation Secretariat, and her colleague from Student Representative Council Tun Dr Ismail College UPM. Mr. Habinash Rao Krishnan, the President of the Indian Student Unit, Tun Dr Ismail College UPM. Ms. Visalini Murali, the Program Director of Google Excel Workshop, Tun Dr Ismail College, and her committee members, and as well as the workshop participants, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon. First of all, I would like to say Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, because with His permission and grace, the Google Excel Workshop program has been conducted successfully. Also, I would like to say thank you to the Executive Committee for inviting me to say a few words in this program, and congratulations for them taking the initiative and making these efforts to organize such a program. And indeed, with the implementation of this Google Excel workshop, so it seems that students will able to improve their skills in the use of Excel application more effectively. So furthermore, the organizing of this workshop is seen can strengthen the students' soft skill, as well as also exposing them, okay, to the experience in managing and operating the program. So ladies and gentlemen, in the era of increasing globalization of education rapidly, so the world of education is undergoing a series of changes in which knowledge must not only be learned, but also well mastered. So it has become necessary to equip students with as much as many of knowledge and skill in order to cope them with the balancing act of life in today's challenging world. Thus, I believe all of you have gained a lot of input in this workshop through the filling of the appropriate methods to achieve the program goals that has been set. So I also believe that the knowledge and skill you have gained in this program so will helping you in enhancing your confidence level during your learning process in UPM. So use this knowledge very well and also share it with all your members as well. So before I conclude my remarks, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Ken Lau. Okay, thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge to our students, and as well as all the organizing committee of the Google Excel workshop today for their efforts in making this program run successfully. So also I would like to congratulate all participants who have joined this program until the end. So I hope that this workshop can be continued in the future. With that, I'll say thank you very much.
Right, thank you, Mr. Muhammad Rizal bin Hussein, Fellow Kolej Tun Dr Ismail. Right, attention all participants, kindly switch on all your camera because we would like to go for a photography session. Kindly be prepared. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3, smile. Right, next. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, maybe the last one. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, thank you guys. Next, I would like to remind all participants to please stay in Zoom for the merit and attendance submission. Students can access to Google Form link attached to the chat box or scan the QR code on the screen for the attendance and merit purpose. For your information, this Google Form will remain open for 10 minutes.
Thank you very much once again to Mr. Ken Lau for the wonderful sharing session today. I hope this workshop will benefit all the participants. I hope this workshop will benefit all the participants. We really come to the end. I would like to thank everyone for attending this workshop. We truly appreciate this on behalf of the organizing committees. I would like to apologize if we have made any mistake throughout the event. Ladies and gentlemen, please be ready to sing KTDI anthem.
Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, juara dambaan warga, menjadi sebutan semua. KTDI kita juara. Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, tekad mengorak langkah, minda teguh siap siaga, pemimpin hebat dan cakna. Jatuh kami, gentar tiada, KTDI bangkit bersama. Cita-cita seiring usaha, pemakin semangat juara. KTDI berjaya. KTDI, KTDI. Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, juara dambaan warga, menjadi sebutan semua. KTDI kita juara. Kolej Tun Dr Ismail, tekad mengorak langkah, minda teguh siap siaga, pemimpin hebat dan cakna. Jatuh kami, gentar tiada, KTDI bangkit bersama. Cita-cita seiring usaha, pemakin semangat juara. Jatuh kami, gentar tiada, KTDI bangkit bersama. Cita-cita seiring usaha, pemakin semangat juara. KTDI juara.
Once again, thank you, and we hope to see you again next time.